Richard Martinez with the Rise Academy, and this is a conflict resolution tool. All right, so first of all, before I get into these 7 steps, you need to realize and have some kind of emotional intelligence for yourself, because I'm not going to get into that in this tool, but you need to learn some level of emotional intelligence so that you're not going into this confrontation, with a high level of energy that's going to make you defensive, reactive, angry, because that's not going to help anything or anyone. So you can go to another program. You can begin to develop that in yourself, an emotional intelligence where you have self-awareness, self-control, and a self-discipline so that you can be more effective in the conflict resolution. All right, step number 1, you have to reveal the problem, right? So first you have to bring the problem to the table. Now, in order to be able to do that effectively, you need to create some kind of connection. For an example, like if I have my hands like this, they're not, connected, right? If you try to step on that, I'm not going to be able to carry you, right? Just with some fingertips, because it's too much weight for this kind of connection. Now, if I put my fingers together, right? And now I have some power here where I can, actually throw somebody. If you step on me, I can help you to jump over a fence. Cheerleaders use this stance to throw people up, right? So now there's power. It can carry weight because of the connection. So let's say it's somebody who is gossiping, right? And you see that they're gossiping, you hear about it, it's bothering you or hurt you, so this is something you need to confront them about. So the problem is gossiping. So you need to reveal that. You need to bring that up into conversation after you created that connection, right? So now here we are in the table where we're sitting down in front of each other, standing, wherever it is. You want to create a good environment for the confrontation, right? You don't want to, be in a loud place or, in a club or, in a place where there's a lot of people around where you're not going to really be able to, talk about these topics and really be open and honest about it. So you want to have a good surrounding, a good time, and a good place to be able to have this confrontation. So now it's time to reveal the problem. I see that you've been gossiping. There's been some things that you've been saying around the office that's not really adding to the team. It's creating divisions, it's creating, hurt feelings. And so I wanted to talk to you about that. So you're revealing the problem, right? Now, normally when you reveal somebody's problem, what happens? What do they do? So that's actually the number 2. The next thing that's going to happen, almost 99.9% of the time, is that they're going to start to blame. They're going to want to make excuses. So just imagine it like this. So I have the problem here, right? So I give them the problem. I say, hey, I heard that you are gossiping, or I've noticed that you are gossiping. I put that into their hands so that my hopes is that they see it and take responsibility. That's the goal, right? So that they face it. So, but normally, what did I say? Number 2, what happens? They start to blame. They start to make excuses. So this is what it looks like. So I give them the problem. And then, okay, this is them with the problem. They say, oh, well, I wasn't gossiping. It's because, so-and-so came to me with a problem and I was just talking to them about it. What do you mean? It was so-and-so. And they get this problem. It's like they're putting it in the hands of somebody else and saying, not my problem. It was them. So now they've done that. So now you're going to do number 3, which is you're going to repeat what they're saying and then ask them what they're going to do about that. You're going to give them back the problem. So they give it like this. Oh, no, it's so-and-so. You should say, oh, so you're saying that you were gossiping, you were sharing those things because, Joe or Billy or Jennifer came and shared that with you first and you didn't know it was gossip, so you just started to share. Number 4 says, if they go back to number 2 and start blaming and making excuses, you go right back to number 3. So you're not going to go past that number 4 right there. If they keep making excuses and keep blaming, you're going to keep going back and saying, okay, let me repeat what you just said. Oh, so now you're saying that you're gossiping because, you don't like this person and, you think that this person needs to be exposed. Is that what you said? Yeah, because, they keep saying things and, I just want to protect the team here, So again, you're going to go back to number 3 and you're going to ask. You're going to repeat what they said. Say, oh, so you're saying that you're gossiping because this person needs to be exposed and you don't like what they're doing. Well, yeah, I'm protecting the team. And then I get this problem and I give it back to them. Okay, well, that is not going to work here in this office, so what are you going to do about it? So once I bring it up, if they go to 2, they make excuses. I'm going to go to 3, repeat what they're saying, repeat their excuses so that they know that I heard, right? So then I'm acknowledging and recognizing their excuse. And then I'm going to give the problem back to them. Okay, you're saying it's because of this, but this is not going to work in this environment, so what are you going to do about it? And you just wait. And you don't try to explain yourself, because right now you're being very direct and clear. You're stable. You're not defensive. You're not reactive. You're giving them back the problem. You're not giving them anything to fight with. You're being very clear. So it's like, so you're saying it's because of this person that you're doing this? Well, this is not going to work. I'll go talk to that person too, but right now we're talking about you. Now, once you get to the place where you corner them, and now they're like, they run out of excuses. They run out of justifications. They run out of people and things to blame. So now they're going to face it, right? That's when you know. So this is when you go to number 5. Now that you see the problem and you admitted it, you got to take responsibility, right? Responsible, response-able. You're able to respond. You're not going to be able to respond unless you take responsibility and get some kind of option, something to do about it. You have to be able to respond, right? So you got to ask them, okay, what are some options? Give me 3 options of what you can do to change this behavior, what you can do to change this habit. What are 3 options that you can do to clean up this mess and this problem that you made?